Hey, what's up, guys? Dale Ballard here from Modern Ballard Dating. Every week we go live with another coach somewhere else, with a different company. Could be anywhere in the world, man. Could be here in the United States, or it could be abroad. And today it's going to be abroad. We got my man Szymon coming up from Poland. And he's in the coaching game. And so, yeah, we're going to be doing a little Q&A session here. Like I said, we do this every single week. And also Mondays at 7, we do Modern Valor Dating Live. Me and Joe Rockmore Valor. We get on here, answer some questions, chop it up a little bit, and, have a good time, have a lot of fun doing it. And so, yeah, definitely. Oh, there he goes right there. Let me go on ahead and patch him through. All right. Why is this? There we go. Hey, what's up, man? Hope all is well, too. Hope you're doing good. What up, Raul? I see you, man. Uh-oh.
Yeah, what up?
Oh, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm great, man. What about you, Dale? How are you doing?
Good, dude. Just looking forward to doing this.
What? Wait a second.
Yeah, man.
I'm super dumb today, and I totally forgot my fucking AirPods. So I'm going to have some sound problems, but I'm gonna maybe connect to my car audio. It's gonna be better.
All right, yeah. Whatever works, man. Whatever works. Hey, I see you guys checking in right now. If you guys have any kind of dating or relationship questions, throw them out there. We'll chop it up, give the best answer that we can possibly give, set you straight, get you going on your way. Yeah, Hey, what up, Apex? I see you. Thanks for hopping in here. And so, yeah, man, you being from Poland, man, one of the things that I think is really cool in today's technology and things like that is having the opportunity to talk to somebody like yourself. You're in Europe, I'm in Detroit, and one of the things I really like to see and hear about is how game is different in other parts of the world. Some things are universal. There's universal truths across the board. But there are some cultural differences, things like that. You know what I mean? That, it's just going to be different, Hey, Hanny, I see you. What's up? Thanks for hopping in here. You got any dating questions? Throw them out there. Oh, yeah, that's what's up, man. Jay, I appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. Yeah, he said he's looking forward to hearing the knowledge you got to share. And, yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, stick around, because we definitely got knowledge to drop, man, for sure. Yeah, man. So have you ever been to what up, man? Hanny, I see you. Have you ever been to the States before?
Actually, I have not yet, and I'm actually I was supposed to go this year, and I don't know actually how that will turn out with all this Corona bullshit, of course. But
right, yeah,
actually, the thing you said about game being totally different in the US and in Poland and in all the different countries. I love that topic because this is something that I research a lot myself because coming from here, most of the game material is pretty much all made by guys from either the States or from Britain or Western Europe, and down here things are a little bit different because the whole scene is less sexually liberated, let's just say. So you have to try some different approaches, because sometimes things that, when I've been in London, I lived in London for a year, and when you go to a club in London, you just go do the typical game shit, and it always works, but right here, it's a bit different. You gotta calibrate a lot more because most of the girls actually don't expect most of the girls actually are not fine with going to bed with you on the the first date, more the second or third, So that's something that you definitely have to calibrate here.
Yeah, I got you. All right, that's interesting, man. I've been to Poland before myself.
Oh,
it's been a while, and I wasn't there to do game or anything like that. So I didn't really get a feel
When have you
for what's that?
When have you been here?
It was last time I was in Poland was probably 10 years ago.
Oh shit! So I was a baby.
No, it was a little more than that. It was like 2005, I think.
Oh yeah.
Was the last time? Yeah, it was the last time I was in Europe.
Yeah,
so
I was like 7 years old back then.
Right. Yeah. Well. But yeah, man. One of the things that I notice that just by talking to other coaches in other areas like yourself.
Yep.
One of the things that I notice is that here in the States, it's very acceptable to you're in a social place, a social gathering, and what's up, Anil? I see you. Thanks for hopping in here. Here in the States, it's very socially acceptable to talk to strangers, like particularly in a social setting like a bar or a club or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But just from talking to different people, what I've noticed is that in Europe, in a lot of different, not everywhere, but a lot of places, even in places like bars and clubs and things like that, it's weird, kind of, like for people to, socialize outside of their group, right?
But
so you come with a group of people.
A lot of people here have like the wrong approach to this, because like I see people like, especially all of the guys who get into game at the beginning here, they just go into the bars and just like try to, like, for example, they see some girls in the group and they just try to go straight for the hot girl and talk to her, and like the group is just like, what the fuck, dude? She's with us. And,
right.
Yeah, and the girl
so
is
they didn't
like,
befriend the friend
because
group.
she has to choose between her friends and the guy, so she will always choose the friends.
Right. Yeah, that's what I do. I say this all the time, man. Like, I think one of the aspects of game, particularly like club game or in the bar or something like that a lot of guys don't think of is befriending the whole group. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, you got your target that's in the group. If all the emphasis is this, inevitably what's going to happen is, our song is on. Let's go dance. Or, hey, we're going to go to the bathroom. Or, hey, we're going to the bar. You know what I mean? And then you lose the girl because she's just going to go along with her friends.
Yeah,
you see?
To add something to it, like I come from a sales background. I worked in like telecommunication sales. I used to like sell phones to people.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So like one of the things. Often you would just like call like some guy who had his contract up for renewal, right? And he would be sitting with his family, right? So he would probably put you on the speakerphone. And I noticed like some of the salesmen there would just go like totally weird and just like, oh, I only can talk to the owner of the number, blah 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 blah,
right?
Shit like this.
Yeah.
And like in situations like this, you would probably almost never sell, and even if you did, you just had like completely like shit on shit conditions for you. Like you just wouldn't basically it wouldn't do anything for you, right? But what I would always do was just like start talking to the family and just like asking about their days and shit, like sometimes about their relations, about their problems, and also like sneaking some questions about what they need when it comes to phones and shit. And sometimes I would just like start talking to a guy who was just like completely negative at the start, and just then like, turns out his daughter actually wanted to buy like an iPhone or something, right? So I would just like throw in an iPhone into their contract and just like get the best price I can for them, right? And I would get like much better provision from it too. So that's like almost the same with game. When you just like only act for your own interest and you just talk to the girl that you're interested in. Well, only you and maybe her stand to profit, and all the group is going to lose, right? But if you stand to just like raise the vibration of the whole group and just like give them value and give them fun, and just like have fun. What's up, Fabian? What was your name? Fabiano, yeah. What's up, Fabiano? When you just start talking to the entire group, you raise the vibration, and everybody's like happier. And like not only the you and the girl gain, but also the entire group, so they are more accepting of you. It's
Yeah, I hear you. Absolutely, man. Hey, what's up, Ephraim? I see you, or Ephraim, or I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, so don't hold that against me. Mamanu, what's up, man? I see you. Thanks for hopping in here. Hey, guys, we're doing a little question and answer session. So if you have any questions in relation to dating, relationships, anything like that, feel free to throw them out there. This is the time to do it. Take advantage of the time because how often you get two international dating coaches on the same Instagram live at the same time.
Exactly.
They will answer your questions, guaranteed, So take advantage of it. Hook it up. Throw out a question, So, hey, what's up, Aaron? I see you. Hey, you know what? You got beatboxer in your name, man. Do you really actually beatbox? Like, that's my question, because I've seen you in my Instagram feed before, and I was like, well, I wonder if that dude actually does put it down on the beatbox, Yeah, doing well, man. Doing well.
Yeah.
I hope you're doing good, too. Yeah. So, yeah, man, I want to see if you, I want to know if you can actually beatbox. And if you do, who's your guy? Like, Rozelle is my dude, when it comes to the beatbox. So I want to see who you got for that. So
okay, so
all right. So
how can I find a normal girl in this world, guys? Do you want to take it?
Go ahead and answer that, and then I'll give my thoughts. All right.
Okay, so first, the most important thing is what you are actually looking for in that girl, because you have to like choose in your mind what you want to calibrate. If you've always been with the crazy girls and that's what gets you excited, then you will always naturally gravitate to those crazy girls. And I know, because I did this shit for a long time. Like, I used to just like always go for those like borderline crazy girls, and like I actually mean like borderline with their disorder and shit.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I've been there.
You definitely have to like make a conscious choice that you have to that you want to date girls who are actually like normal, because there are a lot of like good normal girls out there. You just have to like choose what you're really interested in. If you keep going for the same type of girls as you always do, you will inevitably end up in the same type of relationships, right?
Yeah, I got you. All right. Let me give you my thoughts on that. Daniel, I see you. Thanks for checking in, man. So normal is subjective. My normal might be your weird. Your weird might be my normal. You see what I'm saying? So it's very subjective. One thing I will tell you is if by normal what you mean is somebody that's compatible with you, I would suggest whatever your interests are, whatever it is that you like to do. Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate that, man. Straight Detroit, bro, through and through. So, yeah, the thing is that now I know this is a little difficult right now with, coronavirus and worldwide shutdown and all that kind of stuff. But in the general sense, in a normal world, my suggestion would be whatever your interests are or whatever you think that you might be interested in, become a part of those things, man. Like meetup.com is a thing. If you're like, say for instance, you have a strong interest in cooking, all right, or learning about cooking at least, join those things, go there, see who's around. If somebody that you think might be compatible with you is there, kick it with her, but screen, man. That's the one thing that a lot of guys don't do is they don't screen for what it is that they want. They just kind of roll with the punches. You kind of know what you want, but not really. Like, get very intentional on that. Get very zeroed in on what it is that you want. And then from there, you can go find it. if I don't know what I'm looking for, what am I going to find? It's like Alice in Wonderland, you know. She sees the rabbit, and the rabbit's like, well, where are you? She's like, what path? She asks the rabbit, what path should I take? And the rabbit's like, well, where are you trying to go? And she's like, I don't know. And he's like, then choose any of them. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't matter, because she doesn't know where she's going or what she wants. So know what you want, and then from there, screen for that. Like I'm serious, man. Write that stuff down. You know, like, it doesn't have to just be in your head. Like, put it on paper. You know, just so you can look at it and know exactly what it is that you want.
Yeah, actually, adding to what you said, Dale, I remember when I started with game, it was a couple of years ago. I actually came off of a really bad breakup with a girl that she was hot as fuck. I was so attracted to her physically, but her mind was like, totally fucked up, and she did things that like degraded me a lot as a man, and I felt terrible after it. So basically what I did after this relationship was, after it ended, I just wrote down a list of like all the things that I'm going to avoid in women, like all the things I do not tolerate. And nowadays, as soon as I start dating a girl and she shows any of those qualities, I try to like question her about her. Is she really like this, or is she just like trying to show off or something? But if I see any red flags, I just like immediately terminate this shit. It's like, it's not worth my time.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I feel you, man. 100%. What's up, baby girl? I see you. Thanks for checking in. NBA Gamer, thanks for checking in. We're doing a little Q&A session. If you have questions in regards to dating and relationships, feel free to throw them out. Now is the time. Take advantage of the time. And actually, Seisman, you've got a question in here. Let me
Ariane asked, do I really make men irresistible to women? I want to say, like, man, DM me, book a free consultation call, and find out for yourself.
Yeah. Here's what I would say to that. People like us, you know, that are dating coaches, people like us don't make you irresistible to women. We just show you how you can be irresistible to women. You're the one that has to take the onus and go out there and improve yourself. You're the one that has to put in the work. Exactly. You know, if you hire a personal trainer at the gym, he's not doing the bench presses for you. You know what I mean? You're the one that actually has to get down on the bench and throw up the weights. You see what I'm saying?
Same with us.
You're the one that has to do it.
We give you like proven steps. At least that's what I do. It's like I give you proven steps, the same stuff that I did to improve myself, and I give you like basically tiny little bits of knowledge to consume and tiny little bits of action to take. Like, you know, the Japanese philosophy Kaizen, it's basically like to not overload somebody with too much information, just to give them exactly as much information as they need and exactly as much information as they can execute on. So that's what I do. I always give like small bits of like small challenges to do. And like by doing those challenges in 90 days, you are like guaranteed to be like a completely different kind of man. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. No doubt. Hey, baby girl, I see you in there. Are you saying you're from Michigan? Or am I misreading that? So let me know. It's good. It's always good to see some hometown folk, you know, on when I do these. You know, like I was saying before you hopped on, you know, I do these every week with a coach somewhere else on the planet, somewhere else in the United States, but somewhere, you know, that's different than Detroit, you know. So appreciate you coming on here with me, man. Yeah. Hold on one second. NBA Gamer asked, when I find myself attracted to a girl, I start being nervous and can't be normal and can't be my normal self. Okay? Do you want to take the first answer? And I'll tell you.
Sure, man. I'll do that. Well, and then you said, oops, hold on. All right, gamer, check it out. Just answer this for me. It said that you're a high schooler, or am I misreading that? Like that's the assumption I'm getting.
A high school.
Because the context is everything. You know what I mean? So I just want to make sure that I'm speaking to the right mind state, the right age. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. But this is what I can tell you across the board. You know, dude, look, man. almost everybody, man, has approach anxiety. They get nervous when they're talking to an attractive woman. All right. So the thing is that it's not something that has something to do with you per se. Many guys deal with this. It's not just you. So trust me when I say, approach anxiety, it becomes manageable after a while, but it very rarely goes away completely. And the reason for that is, in part, it's similar to how if you're going to meet somebody super famous, you get excited, but you're also kind of nervous at the same time. And the reason for that is because that person has value to you. That person, if you're going to meet a celebrity and, you're super nervous about it, maybe you're excited, but still nervous. The thing is, the reason why is because that person has life-changing ability for you. If that person was like, NBA gamer, check it out. You could be in my next movie. Come on, man. That's something that's life-changing, right? So, keep that in mind, dude. That's what you're doing is you're taking that girl that you're nervous about talking to, and you feel like you can't be yourself. You're placing that girl's value above your own. So you're looking up at her, right? Instead of looking equal with her, you're looking at her like she has more value than you do. All right, so what you need to understand and recognize, man, is your own intrinsic value that you bring to the table. Understand what that is. Understand the qualities that you have and your passions and convictions and why those are important to you. And then once you understand that and once you realize that, it's a different perspective now. Instead of looking up at her, you can look at her as an equal because she has value that you want to align with, but you also have value that she should want to align with. And if she doesn't, then she's blind to the fact that you have value. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I got, man. Go on ahead.
Yeah, and just to add to what Dale said, which I think is a fantastic advice. It's like the number one thing is obviously if you don't have a lot of experience talking to girls, you are going to be nervous at first. It's completely normal. Like you can read all the advice that you want, but you will act like a different person the first couple of times because that's just how we are. You are in a stressful situation and you will try to overcompensate for your stressing with just being over the top. How do you say, arrogant or stuff? By acting completely over the top. What I would say is just focus on acting. How do you say that? Focus on being the real you, and if the girl likes you for that, that's fantastic. That's great. If she likes you for you, then that's a signal that you can just get together with her. But if you have to try to be someone else for her, that means that you are inherently incompatible. So if you start building that relationship on that premise that you are somebody else that you actually are, you are going to run into that roadblock of you're not the person that she thought you are at some point, right? So it will come out and it will end in a bad breakup, which is what I would say. Just don't do it. Be yourself and don't feel rejection. It's rejection is completely normal. That's what I always say to my students. I have gotten rejected more times than any of them. I can imagine that, and that's what I do, right? Because I am willing to get rejected. It hurts as fuck when a girl rejects you for who you are, because at first you just feel personally slighted, as if what you are is not good enough, and I get that. It hurts, but you have to get accustomed to that, because the alternative is faking it, and faking it is something that I would never encourage, because at the end of the day, if you just want to fuck the girl once, that's fine. You can probably do it by faking it, but you will feel bad about it yourself. You will feel like it's not you who fucked the girl, but she fucked you for your game, your tricks and shit. and
Right.
yeah, and you will just feel much better when you are real with her. And if you
Yeah.
and if you want to start a relationship with her, then I think like being real is the complete baseline for that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel you. Hey, Nick, what's up, man? I see you hopped in here. Commander Simp, I saw you hop in here too. So, hey, guys, just so you know, we're doing a Q&A session right now. If you have any kind of dating and relationship questions, throw them out,
Yeah,
and we will do.
Commander Simp is a great name.
we'll rack our brains and come up with the best answer that we can muster up and set you right.
Exactly.
So, hey, Lars, what's up, man? I see you.
Lars?
Thanks for hopping in here. So, yeah, break down a little bit for me until we get some questions in here. Real quick, before I say that, let me say this. Sure. These with these IG sessions, they're an hour, and it will only let you do an hour. So what's going to end up happening is, I have no idea how long we've been on, but what's going to end up happening is I'm going to get a 20-second counter on my screen. You won't be able to see it.
Okay.
A 20-second counter will come on, and it'll count down to 0. When 0 hits, Instagram's just going to cut it off. So when we hit that 20-second mark, I will, all right, man, we got to wrap it up. You know what I mean?
All right.
So, all right, but yeah, dude, what I really like knowing, until we get some questions in here, and baby girl, I see you. I would love to hear a question from a female perspective. So, usually it's all dudes in here. It's a sausage fest, and so it would be refreshing to hear something from a lady's perspective. So, if you want to throw out a question or a comment or something, I'm all for it. I'm down.
Exactly.
So,
and actually, one thing is like when I first started with like pickup and shit, before I started teaching, when I was like learning myself. I always thought that like, oh, girls will find this creepy and shit. They will just like think I'm weird for like trying to learn this stuff. But like, actually, I learned that like talking to girls about it is like really fun, And it's like another reason why I think like being real is the key. It's just like I literally talk to girls about the fact that I spent years studying how to fuck girls, So if you can talk to girls with and they don't run away, you can talk to girls about whatever you like League of Legends, NBA, whatever, and they won't run away. Okay?
Yeah, one thing that I didn't expect to happen that just surprised me, I was just like, well, that's pretty dope. This is a welcome surprise.
Yeah.
Is that it was such a huge DHV when I would be talking to like girls in the club or the bar or something. It would be a huge DHV for me to say that I'm a dating coach. I didn't expect that to happen. You know what I mean? But every time that I throw that out there, it's well received.
Dude, it's such a great way to provoke a shit test. It's like,
yeah, dude. And the thing is like they have a million questions about it. They want to know everything about it. Yeah. Hey, Kate, what's going on? I see you. Thanks for hopping in here. We're just doing a little Q&A session. So if any of you guys have dating or relationship questions, you have 2 dating coaches right here. And so you get the American flavor, and you get the Polish flavor too. Exactly. So all right, so Baby girl says how to kiss a boy. Well, I've never kissed one. So the thing is, I'll tell you what, I think that you said that you lived in Michigan. If you want, a personal tutorial, we can hang out. No, I'm just playing. So the thing is that, like how to kiss a boy. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you probably already know. But if you don't, here's what I would suggest. Let the boy kiss you and follow his lead. That's how I would suggest to do it. Just like classic like ballroom dancing. The guy kind of takes the lead, you just follow him. I would say the same would be true with kissing or making out too. You see what I'm saying? So I see. You know what? We missed it. Oh, dude, why don't you answer that? We missed a question in there.
Okay. And yeah, full bearded man with a clean-shaved guy, fun to watch. Like, dude, if you know a secret how to grow a beard, fucking give me one. I'm desperate at this moment.
Oh, you know what? I missed this. And Baby Girl said, and how to fight boys. Again, I can give you a tutorial on that. I'm over on the east side. You can come fight. No, I'm just playing. You know,
And Joe,
clear it up for me, Baby Girl. Are you saying in a physical sense, or are you just talking like a fight, like we're not getting along kind of fight?
yeah, like
you know,
relationship or do you like actually want to beat their ass? Because there's MAGA classes, there's BJJ classes. You can learn that shit too.
And I like how she went from two different polar opposites. How do I kiss a boy, and how do I fight them?
That's my kind
and I see you. Thanks for hopping in here. We're doing a Q&A session for dating and relationships. If anybody has any questions, throw them out. I just missed one here.
Yep. Need to gain confidence by working out, and be a gamer asked. Not necessarily, but I think like working out, you can be confident without it, but it's such a boon to you, like physically and to your health, that you are doing yourself a huge disservice if you're not.
Yeah. Okay. So here's how I would say it. All right. You look. If you think that working out will give you confidence, then work out. All right. The thing is, it's not about, it's certainly helpful, like if you lift heavy, you'll gain more testosterone. If you eat healthier, things like that, you'll have your T count will be higher and all that kind of stuff, which will make you feel better and more confident and things like that. Okay. So that being said, that's not the be all end all of confidence. All right. Here's the thing with confidence, bro. Oftentimes people mistake self-esteem and confidence as being the same thing, and they're not. All right. I like to think of them as they're cousins. They're in the same family, but they're not the same thing. All right. So if you really want to get confident with something, success breeds confidence, right? So if you're successful at something long enough, you will become confident that you know that you can do that. All right. So the way that I like to put it is like this. Before you have confidence, have competence. All right. If I'm on an airplane and the pilot has a heart attack and dies mid-flight, all right, we've got a problem. Who's going to fly this plane? You have the co-pilot that's sitting in the cockpit, and he's like, I don't have a lot of flight hours, and I've never landed a plane this big, and, especially with, people in the plane, I've never done that before, but I think I can do it, but I'm a little shaky on it. Then you have some jackass and coach who jumped up and is like, out of the way, boys, I've seen Top Gun 20 times. And he rushes the cockpit, jumps in there, and takes a hold of the yoke, and he's flying the plane until he crashes into a mountain and we're all dead. So I would rather have the guy who's competent, who doesn't have all the confidence yet, than the guy that's confident and doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. All right? So that's what I'm saying is get competence. Competence will breed success, which will breed confidence. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. Go ahead and chime in, man. I know I'm rambling, but go ahead.
So I would actually kind of disagree with you, because you said, like, if you're successful at something, you will get confidence through that. I agree, but I think I would disagree on where the confidence comes from. I would say that the confidence actually comes from failing and seeing that nothing bad happens when you fail, like if you just continue something.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. You got a shout out here, man.
Yeah, what up, Olivia?
Yeah. So thanks for hopping in here. If you have any dating or relationship questions, feel free to throw them out there. We'd love to see them. We'd love to answer them. Oh, what's up, baby girl? I appreciate that. Thanks for the ad. I'll make sure I follow you back. So that's what's up. Honest to God, to God here, right? I've never had this many women in a live Instagram session ever. So I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
I feel inspired. So what's up, Jay Chen? I see you. Thanks for checking in. So yeah, man. Tell me a little bit until we get another question. Yeah. Tell me a little bit how you got into gaming.
Yeah. By the way, Jerry, we're doing a Q&A session. So if you have any questions, drop them, and we will answer them. So yeah, you
absolutely. Yeah. So tell me like how you got into game. Like what was the catalyst for that?
Okay, actually, I imagine that's how many guys got into it. I literally went to YouTube, and I remember I was such a disaster back then. I went to YouTube and I searched how to get your ex back, and that
all right.
Like an RSD Max video about it where he says like, dude, first change yourself. And I was like, what? Like, change myself? What? I just want to get my... No, if that relationship broke, then that means there's something wrong with you. And you need to change that thing about you, not about her, not about the relationship. And I was like,
yeah.
What? Before that, the concept that, like, working at becoming a better person can actually help you get better girls. It has entered my mind, but I don't think I ever consciously accepted it. So for me, that video was like such a fucking revelation, man. And I just started working on myself so hard, and yeah, that's how I got into it.
I got you. All right. I love hearing people's backstories. I love hearing where people came from, the catalyst to make them better and more successful in a dating sense. I love hearing that. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I saw a couple people say that they're just chilling, watching, that it's a fun watch, things like that.
Thank you, guys.
I try to be entertaining. I can't speak for you, Szymon, but
yeah, it's the first time that I'm but like so I'm actually kind of nervous about it as well, but like just wait. Thanks, guys. Yeah,
so I've seen a few people check in here. You're both.
What up?
Yeah, what up, man? We're both dating and relationship coaches. He's from Poland. I'm from Detroit. And, so, yeah, if you have any kind of questions, now it's a good time because my time ain't cheap. So, go ahead and take advantage of this free time, and think of it as a free consultation, I guess. I did see a question.
Yep. What subjects you did to become a personal trainer? Well, I can't speak about Dale, but I was actually studying coaching at university, and before that, I actually was studying information technology, so like completely unrelated.
Yeah. Now, I never took. I'm not really sure where you're coming from. I've never taken classes to become a personal trainer. I've read a few fitness magazines in my day and did a little online studying, but I've never been a personal trainer. I guess I'm a personal trainer when it comes to helping you train to get out and meet some women. But yeah, I mean that's all I got for you, I guess. All right, yeah, I've seen a couple more people hop in here. So if you have any kind of dating and relationship questions, make sure you throw them out there, and we will do our best to give you the most precise, best answer that your free time is going to get you. So yeah, throw them out there. So when you said that you lived in London for a bit and then you moved back to Poland, what was some of the big, like, aside from what you already told me, what was some of the big differences in terms of the style of game that you do from one to the other?
Yeah, so it was actually a huge adjustment to make. I didn't expect it to be like such a big difference, you know. But actually, one thing that I will just like give massive props to like Polish and Eastern European women in general. They are fantastic girlfriends, and just like you know, dating a girl from like Eastern Europe for a long time, she becomes like always
Yeah.
so attached and so caring, and that's always so sweet. But like in London, actually I don't think I ever had like a relationship that lasted like more than a couple of weeks there.
All
That was
right.
probably partially my not necessarily fault because that's what I wanted at the time, you know.
Yeah.
But like yeah, definitely the scene in London is like much more liberated, let's just say, you know. And there's like people from
Yeah.
all over the world coming in, and like you know. Half of the people that you meet in London are not even living there, you know, so they are
Right.
not interested in like serious relationships and shit. They are just interested in hooking up, and I noticed that it's like a lot easier and it's a lot less judged to hook up with somebody in like London because you know that's what you
Yeah.
just go on Tinder, you just like match with a girl that you find attractive, you send her a couple of lines,
Right.
invite her to a bar, have a couple of drinks together, go to yours or her place, and that's it. Yeah. In
Yeah.
Poland, that's not really what you do. You know, in Poland,
Oh.
you know, you have to be a lot more calibrated. That's what I noticed.
I feel you. Oh man, now I feel terrible. All right, because I was like halfway hitting on you, and you're 16. All right, all right. So,
Here, but
all right. So don't let this tape get out. Baby girl wanted to know how old we are. I'm gonna shock and blow your mind right now. I'm 45, so and that's 100% the truth. No joke, no filter. 100%. So
like exactly half that. I'm 22. I'm 22. I'm actually turning 22 in 2 days. Yeah.
oh, dope, man. Well, happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday.
Thanks, man. Thanks in advance. Yeah, I'm actually.
I tell you.
You dude, you know fully well that I'm going to play this Taylor Swift song. Like I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. And actually, my singing is terrible. Don't ever like let it get out. Well, that I will play that song at full blast.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, man. There's a lot of differences between Detroit and a lot of the country
Okay.
when it comes to game, when it comes to talking and approaching women. I will tell you 100%, and this is not the first time I've had this conversation with somebody. So this is going on peer-reviewed research. Okay.
Yeah.
I kid you not.
Too deep in about like 8 to 10 minutes. Just letting you know.
All right. Okay. You let me know. You let me know when you got to bounce, and we'll wrap it up. All right. So I'm telling you, man, Detroit is the hardest city on planet Earth to do game. I have been all over the planet, bro. All over the planet, multiple times. I'm on like my fifth passport. All right, and like I am telling you, bro, it is the hardest. You know, like even in the United States, like this is what I tell my guys that I work with here locally. You know, when I do infield coaching and have mentors here, what I tell them is if you're even halfway decent with game in Detroit, you will kill it anywhere else. Absolutely kill it. You know, so what's up, Dagovic? I see you. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate that. Hey, guys, real quick, I'm going to recap. If you have any dating or relationship questions, feel free to throw them out right now. You know, we're answering those. And also, if you have time, check the link in the bio. I just dropped a new video on our YouTube channel today on the Modern Valor Dating YouTube channel. So just drop that. It's fresh out the oven. Boom. Stick a fork in it. Eat it for dessert. So yeah. But dude, it is super hard here to do game. Like, no joke, man. This is not a kiddie land. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be. You know, that's the question I always get. I think there's not. I don't think that there's one reason that you can point to and say this is why.
Okay.
I think it's more of death by 1,000 cuts. You know, I think there's a lot of factors involved here. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, like, dude, like, there's plenty of attractive women that are awesome in Metro Detroit. All right, tons of them. But the thing is that, like, I think that Detroiters, you know, people that live in this area, I think have a low tolerance for bullshit. I think that they have really strong bullshit detectors.
Okay.
And so, like, the second somebody realizes that they think you might be coming at them sideways, it's a wrap. It's over. They're going to let you know right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be fun. You know what I mean? Like, if they feel like, if a girl feels like you're trying to pull one over on them, you know, and I'm not saying to do that, but I'm just saying if that's the impression that they get, then good luck. That's all I can tell you.
Gotcha, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to be very calibrated. You have to be very authentic and congruent with who you are. People from Detroit have a low tolerance for fakeness. You know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they don't like people that are fake. And so if you're coming across fake, you're going to get called out like that quick. So that's in large part why I think it's hard here. You know what I mean? Because you come up, you're trying to run your game, and they don't know how to take you yet, so they're going to automatically assume that you're being fake.
Yeah.
It's just going to be the default position. And once it comes to that, you're out of here. You know what I mean? Like, get the stepping. So, yeah. What's up, Victoria? Is it Victoria? Yeah, Victoria.
Victoria.
What's going on? I see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for hopping in here. So, yeah, dude. But I think that in part is why it's so difficult. You know what I mean? How long have you been doing this, man? How long have you been in game?
I would say like 4 years, 4 maybe 5 by now. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I started learning like around when I was 17. So yeah, so
right.
5 years ago. And I started
Yeah.
coaching like almost exactly 1 year ago. I remember my first client was like, I started coaching like almost exactly 1 year ago. My first client was a week before my birthday.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
All right.
So I got a nice
you're on that
check, you know.
Yeah, you're on that 1 year anniversary date. I got you. All right. Yeah, man. I've been doing this for over 12 years. You know, so I've been around the block a couple of times. I'd like to think that I've seen it all. You know, every once in a while I get thrown a curveball that I didn't see coming, but you know, I'd like to think that I've seen pretty much everything that there is to see doing game. You know, so yeah, bro. But you know, dude, look, I really appreciate you doing this, doing the Modern Valor Dating Instagram Live today. You know, I think it's awesome, man. I love the fact that we're able to kick it, have fun, and like I had a great time. You know,
me too, man.
I look forward to doing these every week. You know what I mean? So I think that it's a lot of fun. And just so you guys know, those that are watching, I do these every Monday night at 7 with one of the guys from my company, Joe Rockmore Valor. He'll be hopping on here with me 7 Eastern Standard Time, and so we're gonna do another round of it. What's that?
Yeah, that's like middle of the night my time, so perfect.
Oh, okay.
if
I got you.
Insomniac, hop onto here to watch some Dale and Joe, dude, you're not gonna be disappointed.
Well, here's the thing too. What I'm gonna be doing is I save these conversations, and so. Starting this week, I've been backlogging it. I have a bunch of them like saved, and starting this Saturday, I'm going to be dropping these every Saturday. So At some point, this one will come out on our YouTube channel. And when that happens, I'll let you know. And that way, if you want to link it for whatever reason to something, you know what I mean? Like show somebody that, hey, I was on this or did this, you know what I mean? You'll have the link for it. But yeah, so, you know, every Saturday I'm going to be putting one of these out on the Modern Valor Dating YouTube channel. That's in the bio. What's up, David? I see you.
Yeah, we're actually wrapping things up here. I'm actually gonna have to bounce, but yeah, I just want to say thank you, Dale. Had an amazing time. I like loved answering some of those questions. Loved talking to you about like your story, my story. Shit was fun.
Yeah,
we're definitely gonna do it a second time. If you wanna have me on a second time,
man, you got it, dude.
I'm gonna come up.
Hey, you got it, man. You got it. So again, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you guys that have been watching and hanging out with us, having a good time, talking some shit, and just general fun dating relationship conversation. So looking forward to seeing you guys hopefully at 7 tonight Eastern Standard Time, and I will be talking to you very soon, my friend. So
cheers, man.
yeah, that's what's up. We'll see you guys soon. Salute.